And welcome to our High Flyers evening for 2020. As you can see from our slides, this is the format of the evening. There will be time for questions and hopefully some answers by the time we reach the end of the session. Please save any questions you've got until then, and we'll do our very best to answer them. If we can't give you the answers, we will find somebody who can. So, let me talk briefly about the college merger. So, I won't go through the slides because that's very tiresome and, as we keep being told, very poor teaching practice. What was the point of the merger? Well, both colleges are about 1.5 miles apart, which automatically presents challenges for any town, I think, in terms of consistency of curriculum offer. And this was an opportunity for us to actually create something for the future for Swindon, for young people in Swindon and for adults as well, which was to become greater than the sum of the two college parts, to really create a coherent and cohesive curriculum offer that would really take people to the next step and meet the needs of the local economy, the regional economy, and the national economy. There's a lot of work to do in mergers, and there'll be some shifting around of the curriculum over the next couple of months as we look towards 2021. But it's an extremely exciting project, and it does give us the opportunities you can see from the bottom bullet, which is about developing an absolutely unique higher education institution for Swindon. And that is the Institute of Technology, which is about to start being developed in the next couple of weeks. I'm being turfed out of my office at the North Star campus of New College. I don't know where I'm going yet, that'll be fun, because the builders are coming in to strip the place bare and to start refurbishing it. We are hoping to open probably around this time next year, but you know what builders are like. Any builders in the house, I apologise. The offer for the Institute of Technology will be predominantly STEM, science, technology, engineering, maths, and there will be some creative IT in there. So the sorts of programs you might consider games development and accompanying technologies. It will be a brand new centre and hopefully something that every young person, whether they're a new college student or whether they're a student at a local school, will feel that they want to progress onto. We wouldn't have got the Institute of Technology if the colleges hadn't merged. We didn't merge because of the Institute of Technology, we merged because it was the right thing to do, but this is a very happy byproduct of that merger. So, let me give you the usual sales pitch for New College. Some of you may know this already. There's a bit of a health warning attached to this. Next time the optician offers you varifocals, by the way, take him up on his offer, because I can see you beautifully, but I can't read any of my notes. These are our achievements from 1819. You will be aware that we are in the middle of a COVID year, which has thrown a lot of the 1920 results into some disarray. You'll know about the chaos that happened over the course of the summer and the impact that that had on young people and the results that they took home with them when they'd finished at school, whether it was at Key Stage 4 or indeed Key Stage 5. No external body will be looking at any school or college's data for 1920. So although we know what it is, it comes with a certain health warning, so we're not paying too much attention to it. What we're focusing on is our data for 1819, and this is where we were this time last year when we were starting to look at how good we were. This is the number one college in the local area for achievement. That means how many young people who stay with us actually walk away with the qualification that they embarked upon. 88% puts us in the top 10% of colleges nationally. I think there are about 284 colleges nationally, something like that. And we're in the top 25-ish on the basis of those results. As you can see, we like to put it in about our competitors, because why not? It's a competitive business we're in. Cirencester 81% and Wiltshire College 80.8%. We have been Ofsted graded good for about 20 years, something like that. Big challenge for us is how we get to outstanding. I think we're all a bit fed up with plateauing at good, and we want to be better than that. But that's a significant challenge for any college. But that's our ambition. And we also have the highest A-level and progress value-added scores of any other state school or college in Swindon and Cirencester. And what that means is, relative to a learner's starting point, how well did they do when they reached the end? Was their target grade a B, but we got them an A? Was their target grade a C, and we got them an A star? That's what progress means. So we're very, very proud of our achievements and the achievements of our students and of our staff. More on that. 98 over 8 pass for A-levels, 100% pass rates in 27 of our A-level subjects, and you can see how it filters down. You can see the grades for our high flyer A-level cohort, really very impressive. Again, grades we are extremely proud of. I suspect that if we looked at the 1920 data, that those statistics would actually be a lot higher. But as I say, we have to take a certain amount of pinch of salt with those. So, what happens when you leave us at sixth form in New College? Well, last year we sent over 500 students to university. That tends to be the average for a year. University isn't for everybody, and that's fine. But for those for whom it is the right option, 500 of our sixth formers leaving us to go to university is outstanding. They go to Russell Group universities. You can see what the top choices were. And for those hoping to progress to careers, we have employability links, very strong employability links that will enable them to take the skills, the knowledge, and the behaviours that they've learned on the way to achieving their A-levels and progress into employment. We are required by Ofsted these days to have a curriculum intent. Every school, every college is required to have the same thing. And although this isn't a formal document at the moment, it will be. Our curriculum intent can be broadly summarised as we provide each learner with the skills, the knowledge, and the behaviours that they will need to get to the next level and be successful. It is not enough for us to send you out from here with 3 really strong A-level grades if actually when you get to university you struggle. What we need to do is to equip you with that confidence, those skills, those behaviours, that when you get to university you will thrive, you will be successful, and you will enable yourself to go on to the next level. Our role as educators is to enable our students to move on. And if we get it right, if we get those skills, that knowledge, those behaviours right, they'll get their qualifications, and they'll get them at the highest possible level that they're capable of achieving, maybe beyond that. So getting your qualification for us is almost a given. It's what you learn on the way to getting that qualification that is of most value. And that's where the High Flyer programme comes in for many of our students. We offer 2-year linear A-levels. These are divided into pathways. There is a huge amount of breadth and depth in our pathways, which allows for a lot of flexibility. But fundamentally, what we're looking at is, where do you see your next step? Is the pathway you're choosing going to take you to the degree that you think you might want to study on, because that is the job area that you might want to work in when you come out of university? So we start those conversations very early. So we might have a business pathway or a medical sciences pathway. All pathways direct a clear line of sight to employment, because ultimately that's the point. We do a lot of wraparound, a lot of tutorials, study skills development, pastoral care, what we call extraordinary extras. I'll give you a couple of examples of those. We do debating, creative writing, the Duke of Edinburgh Award, any number. We are relatively unusual as a GFE, as a general further education college, to offer quite a successful and popular set of A-levels in both classical civilization and ancient history. And what we thought last year was, well, what can we do to enhance the prospects of those students who choose those subjects to progress on to the Oxfords and the Cambridges and the Russell Group universities, the Bristols, the St Andrews. Universities with really, really strong classics, archaeology, ancient history departments. And what we thought is we'd introduce Latin. So as of this year, we have 23 students doing Latin as part of their A-level program as an extraordinary extra. I suspect we are almost, I have no data to back this up, but I suspect we are almost unique in that. So, why choose us? Well, high quality teaching learning. We have outstanding teachers. We deliver outstanding results, even in this really challenging year. And it's really tough for our students, and it's really tough for our staff. They've had to learn how to deliver in a completely new way, live streaming classes, teaching to an audience in a room, but also teaching to an audience on a screen. Massively challenging for them. Some students have taken to it like a duck to water. Some have found it a bit more challenging. But this is the situation we find ourselves in. But it is still outstanding work, and our students engage with us extremely well. We have a personal tutor progress coach system here, which means every learner will have one-to-ones with the progress coach. The progress coach is there not just to deal with pastoral matters, you know, how you doing, how you feeling, all that sort of stuff. But the key is in the progress bit. What's stopping you from achieving your aims? What's stopping you from getting your targets? What's stopping you from moving that predicted grade of a B up to an A? And the progress coaches focus on providing that academic support and inspiration to enable learners to access what they can access from the outstanding teachers who are in the classroom with them. We try to offer a fantastic all-round student experience, and under normal circumstances, I would say that's exactly what we do. We are in a COVID year, and quite clearly the experience that we're offering is not the usual one, as you can see just looking around here, for example. There are many things that we would normally be doing that at the moment we can't do. Our shows, for example, at the end of this year are not going to take place. We simply can't manage it in a safe way for people. And that's a great sadness for us. The key for us is that we are the bridge between school and university or work. Skills, knowledge, behaviors above all. What is it like when you start to transition into adulthood? What is it like when you have to develop independent and autonomous learning? That actually, if you're a young person in this room, if you're a student with us, there is one person who you are doing this for. It's not for your teachers, certainly not for me. It's not for your parents. It's for you. This is your life. These are your ambitions. And if that doesn't motivate you enough, then not a lot else will. And that's what we need to try to build, so that when you go to university, you can stand on your own 2 feet. When you go to work, you can be there on time with the right attitude that an employer is looking for, and you can enhance your life's prospects. That's what we do. That's what we're about. So, enough for me. And I'll hand over David, who is the maths lecturer and Oxbridge coordinator, and he will be a lot more interesting than I was. But thank you very much for being here, and thank you for your time.